Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Arijit Paul. I'm your trainer for the ChatGPT course from Uplatz. Today's topic is financial planning and analysis with ChatGPT 4. So, welcome to today's session on leveraging ChatGPT for financial planning and analysis. In this hour, we'll explore how this powerful AI can transform the way we approach market and trend analysis, automate financial reporting, and even provide a personalized investment advice. Whether you're a financial professional or you're simply someone who is interested in the potential of AI in finance, I think you have come to the right place to learn how to apply these advanced tools in practical, impactful ways. So, this is what my concept and my idea will be, that I'll try to impart all these teachings in a very practical way. And if I say financial planning and what are the benefits of using ChatGPT for financial planning and analysis. Now, it's a very important question, which again I will use often, and this will recur all through the other sectors and through the other ways which we can use ChatGPT. Is a very important point, which is what are the disclaimer to follow. So we need to follow the disclaimer. And disclaimer, what does it mean? It means that the negative feedbacks or anything which can harm us and which can potentially act as a challenge into understanding and getting advice from an AI. What can be the disclaimer we need to follow and validate? So here we are essentially asking ChatGPT how it can help us with finance and see what it's coming up with. See, it is coming up with the benefits of using ChatGPT for financial planning and analysis, accessibility of information, budgeting assistant, investment guidance, scenario analysis, and learning and development. So we can use ChatGPT for financial planning, for analysis, and it has so many benefits. It is crucial to manage your personal or business finances effectively. So there's a very important part where whether in which field we are, we need to manage our personal finances, or if we're starting a business, we need to manage the finances of the entire business. So it involves creating a detailed strategy to meet your financial goals, from budgeting and saving to investing and wealth management. So, if you're using tools like ChatGPT, it can enhance your financial planning and analysis in many ways. So it can definitely enhance the financial planning which we have, and also the analysis in many ways. And it has many benefits for financial planning and also analysis, where firstly we have the accessibility of information, where ChatGPT can give us a quick access for wide range of financial information. It helps with the budgeting assistance, and also it helps with scenario analysis as well. So yeah, we can get so much of help with ChatGPT, and we need the disclaimers and the validations as well, because this is very important to understand that what are the disclaimers which we need to follow. And we need to understand that ChatGPT is not a financial advisor. It is something which is not completely a human being, right? It is something which is based in artificial intelligence, and we need to use this very carefully. We need to understand that it's not a financial advisor. It has accuracy of information, and it also risk assessment analysis and factors are also there, where financial decisions carry risk, and ChatGPT might not fully assess the risk associated with the specific financial moves. So we need to understand and comprehend with the regulatory compliance as well, and ensure that any financial advice or strategies, and like, we need to get a full depth analysis and ChatGPT can help us. It will be a helpful tool in financial planning by providing information support and assistance with financial literacy. So always cross-check any information and consider professional information and guidance to align with your goals and legal requirements. So this is the disclaimers and the benefits we need to follow. So as we are diving deep into the advanced language models and deep learning capabilities, it's making an ideal tool for handling numerical data and text-based financial information. So we can discuss the unique attributions of GPT-4 that can be harnessed to enhance various financial operation. So we can use ChatGPT for market trend analysis and forecasting. Okay, and just give me a second. Extremely sorry about it. Yeah. Okay. I want to use Chat GPT for market trends analysis and forecasting. Help me with end-to-end project and all the relevant tools where I can apply these steps. So now we are essentially giving this information and let's see what it's making. See, it is giving us a steps from end to end where defining the scopes and objective is very important. It is the first step which clearly defines what market you want to analyze, like stock market, real estate, commodities, and what kind of trends we want to metrics we are interested in. So price movements, volume changes, and there are so many measures and so many scope which we can get this opportunity. So we need to decide on the forecasting time frame and the objectives like short-term trading, long-term investment strategies. So we need to get the scope first and the objectives clear. So that is very important whenever we are using project making. And then there is data collection. There is step two where we need to gather historical data relevant to your analysis. This could include prices, volumes, economic indicators, etc. We have sources like financial database like Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, and APIs like Alpha Vantage, Quandy, or Financial Modeling Prep. It provides comprehensive datasets. We have tools like Python libraries like Pandas for data manipulation, requests for API interactions. We also have data preprocessing where clean and preprocess our data to ensure it's suitable for analysis. We need to use tools like Python libraries such as Pandas for data manipulation, NumPy for numerical operations, and sklearn for pre-processing. It is giving us the entire process and the entire steps and the tools which we need to perform these steps. Model development, we have model training and validation, implementation and automation. So this project involves a lot of data and a lot of insights into using software development skills tools like Python and its libraries. And why are we doing this? Like what is the scope about this? It is integrating conversational AI like ChatGPT to enhance user interaction and accessibility of analysis results. This is the amazing contribution that it is like it is kind of forming, and we need to know that ChatGPT is one of the most important tools which we can use for market trends for analysis as well. So like we need to identify the patterns, predict the market trends, and for predictions we are using Python. For prediction we are using machine learning and all these libraries. So this is very very cool, and this is an integration response where ChatGPT is essentially getting integrated into these capabilities. So if I just use the custom GPT, and now let's dive, and now like let's go deeper into the custom GPTs. And if I say market forecast, it's all about using the correct GPT, highlighting it. We have the market forecast generator, market sentiment forecaster. We have a lot of various insights. So a skilled agent, with Kfir integrated dedicated to providing deep insights into the market, sentiments and trends, capable of predicting shifts and offering detailed analysis on a global scale. So now let's use this amazing GPT, and I really like some of the GPTs, and they provide such a beautiful insight, and we can get a proper understanding and forecast whenever we want to get a proper insight. So now if I say give me all the top trending small business ideas in India. So now I am giving its expansion, some example, and let's see what it can do. Browse the web or use your knowledge base and give me proper forecast. Okay, messed it up spelling. Give me the proper forecast and the sentiment. Okay, and the market sentiment. So let's just let's put it there. It is giving us the option where it wants to talk. So if we confirm this, it will give some few seconds to take an action to interact with gapier.com. So let's see what it comes with. It is essentially taking its time, so we need to be patient about this. We need to understand that this is some of the features which is one of the advanced most features, so we need to be very careful while we use it. And it is giving us some of the top trending small business ideas in India for 2024, and at top we have tutoring services, online and offline tutoring for students across various academic levels remains a popular and growing business avenue. So education is very much growing and it's booming, and we need to highlight and understand how we can impart and spread this education across various sectors. So this is the best part about tutoring services, and I believe that we are able to grow into this. And it also gives us a hyperlink. If we click on this, we get, what are we getting? Okay, let's just wait for a few seconds. All we can do at times is we need to understand how we are able to get the ideas, and it's getting a website with 25 small business ideas for entrepreneurs in 2024. It is amazing. So, small business account for a majority of all the business in India, and here are 25 amazing small business ideas. So, we have the statistics, SEO business and consultancy, where we have so many job duties in an SEO business course, and we have all the end from end to end, from the description of the job to the vacancies, and it is giving us such a great idea on how we are able to use our tutoring services and how we are able to increase and impart this knowledge. So if I just say help me with end-to-end freelancing plan. So now we tend to like not use custom GPTs all the way when we are just copying from one to another. This is the best part about ChatGPT, and this is the secret formula where you can succeed in prompt engineering. That when you're using one particular GPT, you try to focus on that. You try to focus what else you can get information from it, and I assure you that you won't get disappointed. So if I'm here asking the market sentiment forecaster GPT that help me with the end-to-end freelancing plan, it is giving me end-to-end plan where I can get offline and online uh, tutor services across various academic level, And let me feed it some more information. I want, okay, I will just give an example of me with the skills I am proficient in. So I will say I want to tutor in Chat GPT, Power BI, and Power Apps. So let's see how we can implement this. We're going to use a strategy end to end, and that's how we can earn real money and we can be, financially independent. So why not? So if I'm just taking one example, there are many such examples, so which we will go through it. It's not to worry about it. So let's just use it. And we are getting so many options. We have the market research and niche selection. We have the objective where we need to understand our target market and refine our tutor offerings. So we can like understand and from an in-depth idea of the niche selection which we need to do. When we have the competitor analysis where we are analyzing other tutors and platforms offering similar courses, so we need to understand and note their pricing, cost structure, and marketing techniques. We have business planning, where the business model is to decide whether we'll offer one-on-one session, group classes, or both. So we do have so much to follow. Whenever we want to open a business, a freelancing business, there's the curriculum development where we need to create a detailed syllabus for each course. There's platform and tool setup, choose a platform. We need to build a professional website with course listing, marketing tools where we need to set up the email marketing software, CRM, which we had discussed earlier. So we need to understand all these things, and we need to understand the analytics tools to track the visitor behavior as well. So we have marketing and promotion as well, where the objective is to attract students to various marketing strategies. We have social media, content marketing, networking. So in social media, we need to utilize platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube to share content related to ChatGPT, Power BI, and Power Apps, and to engage with potential students. So we also have the social media and we need to utilize such platforms. We have the content marketing and also the networking. So we need to join the relevant online groups and forums, attend workshops, and participate in webinars to connect with potential students and the other educators. So this is how we can be able to achieve the goals of launching. Then we have scaling and diversification, monitoring and continuous improvement. So we also have monitoring and we need to do continuous improvement as well, where the objective is to continually enhance your business operations and course quality. We have performance tracking, professional development, where we need to stay updated with the latest developments in ChatGPT, Power BI, and Power Apps to keep your courses relevant and valuable. So, like, this plan is designed to help you establish a solid foundation for your tutoring business in high demand tech skills. So, it's a very good plan which has been assisted with the help of ChatGPT, and we are using this as a forecasting way as our business ideas, and this is really really insightful. Now let's talk about financial reports and insights. So I'm going to use again I'm going to use custom GPT, and I'm going to use financial reports. Okay, financial reports, what are we getting? So now we are using Financial Report Expert. It is also a custom-made GPT, and see how it begins. I provide US and select global public companies financial reports, make them understandable. Not so much. We want to automate financial reports. Is there anything like that? No, there's nothing like that. So okay, let's see. Do we have automate report? Okay, automated report generation. Then what do we have? Okay, let's see. This financial report. So we need to figure out and we need to prompt in a way where we are able to find the correct GPTs. We need to understand and analyze. See, like financial report expert, it has 600 plus conversations. So even the rating is low, it still has a good amount of conversations, and still it has a good rating. So it is giving us the proper expert, and it is giving us the reports of a financial way. And this is how we can use ChatGPT. So that let's see what it comes up with. So it is asking for the permission. We need to click on allow, and then we need to wait for a few seconds till it starts the action. It will come to the best possible prompt. It's talking to various kinds of APIs. Using this way, it is using the income statement, and now it's like generating the detailed income statement for the third quarter of 2023. The values are in millions, and look at the revenue. We have the revenue, cost of sales, gross profit, operating profit, net profit. Then we have the tax. So all these metrics, everything is something which is measured, and now it is taking the financial expert, and it is it is highlighting and generating the major streams and expenses for Amazon.com. What if I want a PDF out of this? Okay, make me a PDF containing this info. So I'm asking ChatGPT to create us a PDF which will contain this information. So I want to see what ChatGPT can come up with. So now it is analyzing the report, and it is making a PDF, and we can do so many things. We can automate things. We can use this things. So to create our reports, and now it has created a PDF in just a few seconds. This is amazing. Let me just click here. It's downloaded, and I'm opening it. Wow. Okay. Can you fit them in tables? So this is what I'm gonna use ChatGPT to say. Can you fit them in tables? Is it possible to fit these informations in table? Yeah. So now it is analyzing the information, and it is coming up with a proper response. So we need to understand that it will take a few seconds. So yeah, let's take a few minutes off for now. Okay, so yeah, there was some noise outside. Now it's better. And the PDF which has been created with tables, it has been generated from ChatGPT. It is giving us an outlook, and look at that. So okay, there is some input. See, it has created such an amazing PDF. But however, there is some formatting issues. So some values are overlapping. Make the formatting better and add more space between the cells if required. Now we are giving this example to ChatGPT, and now it will supposed to get this correct. So we have done what we could from our end, and still it's giving us such an amazing result. We can easily import this into Canva, and we can expand the cells, and we can be able to download the reports and use in a much better way. So now we are able to use this in a much more holistic way, and we need to give it a few seconds. Let's just wait for a few seconds. See, it is overlapping and it is analyzing it. See, it has now created an improved table, a PDF, where if I'm clicking over here, and now see, nothing is overlapping. This is perfect. So initially we started with this, and then we ended with this. This is how we can understand and we can get the proper prompt engineering from our own understanding, and we can build on it so that we can able to generate reports, we can able to create insights, we can create the PDFs. And it just took a few minutes. It was not something which had taken for me a long duration of time, and I believe this is very, very important. So now let me move and let me use the other options which we can use. Do we have any other option? So for now, I'm going to use a different GPT. I'm going to talk about personalized investment advice. So personal investment. So we all need to understand the flow of making money, how we can be able to save and invest, and again save and further invest more money so that we can get a good outcome and a good return on our investment. So for now, I would think that personal finance by tracker.org is one of the best custom GPTs which exist. It can ask about investment or personal financial topics. The capabilities are data analysis and browsing, so it is more than enough to structure for your financial goals. And it is customized in such a way, like I can mention in a hypothetical way, like I can mention John. John is working in India with a salary of INR 60K. Okay, suggest proper investment advice. So I'll provide some information from John, like his rent is 10K, and let's just say personal expenses are 10K. So it includes everything like electricity, then water, food, shopping, everything. So, okay, let's just make it a bit more. Let's just, if I've included shopping and all, so I have been 15K, and I believe this is all for now. So, also I'll go transportation. Transportation is 3K. So this is it for now. Let's see what happens. I have just input a few information with an example. So, okay. Okay, I might have missed on a few things. Okay, here it's mentioned I generally cover which focus on US based assets. So I would say that focus on India based assets, mutual funds, PPFs, and other investment options, SIP. So that seems correct. So now I have customized it to say, hey, I'm in India, so I want the expenses to be in a structured way. So here's a structured approach to invest your salary after essential expenses. So there is an emergency fund. So see how it is involving our own principles and what are the essential principles we need for our survival, and it is acting up as our personal finance coach. So before this we had the free plan of GPT, and it has also acted as the same way that if we say that act as an investment coach or anything like that. But it was very much vague in nature, it was not very ambitious, and also it lacked a lot of factuality. But with the custom GPTs and with the browsing capabilities of ChatGPT, it is giving us the latest information and a latest insight. So See, it is giving us the emergency fund. Before any investment, John should aim to build an emergency fund. Ideally, this should cover 3 to 6 months of expenses, including rent, personal expense, and transportation. So this 3 to 6 months should cover all kinds of expenses. So this should be an emergency fund, and John should firstly foremost try to build this emergency fund ideally. So based on his expenses, which is 28,000 per month, this one should be between 84,000 and 168,000. So this should cover everything, and personal expense, transportation, rent, these things should be basics. There is insurance as well, where we need to consider health insurance and life insurance as priorities to protect against unforeseen medical expenses and provide security for dependents. This is great. We also have investment options like public provident fund (PPF). So it gets a risk-free, tax exempt returns and is a good long-term investment option. Given its 15-year lock-in period, it's suitable for long-term goals such as retirement savings. We also have, see, it is giving us so good options of investing. And first it's getting ppfs, then mutual funds via sips, which is systematic investment plans. So what are sips? Sips are nothing but systematic investment plans for a balanced approach. John could invest in a mix of equity and debt mutual funds, equity funds for long-term growth and debt funds for stability. Index funds might also be a good option. So I want to understand all these things. I want to understand mutual funds. So what are mutual funds? And let's take a knowledge first, right? So explore and give me top performing mutual funds for the last 3 years, 5 years, and 8 years. So let's just use this parameter and then just end it with saying how much SIP can we invest to get a return of, let's say, 1 crore in 10 years. So let's hope for something which is realistic. Let's say 1 crore we want return in 10 years. So structure, okay, yeah. So we want some proper fund advice from ChatGPT, and personal finance will structure the balance of funds and the amount to invest per month. I want to invest low now and will increase with every year. So this is giving me the analysis, and I want to explore and give me the top performing mutual funds for the last 3 years, 5 years, and 8 years. I am basically using ChatGPT to browse the internet and give me a proper insight of what are the best funds which has been done in the last years. And now let's see, for the last few years, what are the top performing funds? We have the large cap funds with Nippon India, HDFC, then ICICI Prudential Blue Chip Fund. So all these funds have a good return. We have the mid caps and the small caps. In mid caps, we have the Quant, the Motilal. We also have Mahindra. In small cap, we have Quant again, Quant small cap. We have the Bank of India, and see the returns of how it's generating. See the to achieve the return of INR of 1 crore over 10 years, you can start with smaller investment and increasing it yearly. Assuming an average return of 12% per year, here's the strategy. It is giving us a strategy of a 12% per year return. So it's telling start with an initial monthly SIP of about 33,000 and increase this amount by 10% every year. By doing so, you can aim to reach the target corpus of 1 crore in 10 years. So I want to invest and start with 10,000. So make the plan in such a way and give label to the category of mutual funds. How much should I increase year on year? So I want ChatGPT, and rather I want personal GPT to start with this and increase on a year on year. And this is a very basic plan which I'm using. So it's giving me the allocation as well. This is amazing with the example. So how we are able to allocate our distribution. So if we want to invest 10,000 in mutual funds, how can we do that? So this is what it is giving us. It is telling us to invest and start with 10,000 and increase year on year. So starting an SIP, it is giving us 10,000 per month. And see, the like assumption is that the annual increase rate will be 10% because it's a moderate rate which will increase that potentials, like it considers the potential salary increments, and also it does a lot of things as well in our portfolio. So it's giving us an information to invest in all kinds of funds. We need to invest. See, this is like 100% of the monthly investment. This is not 100% of a salary. This will be a total monthly our this will be our total monthly investment if we want to invest in solely mutual funds. This is the mutual funds part. So it is asking us to invest around 40% of the investment in large cap funds like ICICI Prudential Fund of 4,000. So these funds invest in large, well established companies, and these are more stable. We also have the option to get mid cap equity funds where it will be 30% of the monthly investment. We need to invest in quant mid cap or Motilal. It's just giving us example. I'm again telling you that these have a lot of disclaimers, and see at the end it is mentioning that how we can consult a financial advisor. So I say I want a return of 4 crore in, let's say if I'm taking more time, I'm say in 20 years, make the investment plan end to end, starting with 10,000 per month. So I've now raised my stakes. I have now mentioned that I want a return of 4 crore in 20 years. So I want the investment plan to be in such a way. I want the investments to be end to end, and I want it to start with 10,000 per month. So first, it's telling that to achieve a target of 4 crore over 20 years, starting with an investment of 10,000 per month, you'll need a strategic and disciplined investment plan. So it goes without saying. So the increase is also there. We need to then mention. See, the diversification is mentioned by ChatGPT. It's saying that we need to have 70% of our investments in equity funds. So because it's telling us the return we need to increase, and the annual increase is termed at 10%. So that is why it has mentioned this. So we need to review annually, and we need to increase our SIP contributions by 10% each year to gradually raise your investment amount online, which increase in your income and to counteract the inflation. So see, the calculation is also it's coming where we need to calculate how the investments will grow over 20 years with starting SIP of 10,000, increasing annually by 10% and an expected annual return of 12%. It's showing the entire calculation. See, initial SIP 20,000 might be a starting point to double the end value, approaching closer to your target while still maintaining the 10% annual increment. So this is amazing. So we need to approach to double the close value, and we need to consider lump sum investment in years where excess cash flow is available, or explore alternate investments that might offer higher returns, keeping in mind the associated risk. So it is giving in mind all the risk which can be assumed. So if I say how much uh, should I invest in monetary terms, don't give me percentage. Tell me how much should I invest every year for 20 years? And I want 50% equity. Okay, and not 70. Some as well, and I will switch my company maybe few times to get more hikes. So make the plan accurate. So I'm using for end-to-end analysis of my finances and how can we get our finances in order. And ChatGPT is giving us this information. So it is giving us a proper entire plan. Okay, it is giving us a proper plan. And see now it's telling, okay, it's telling us to invest and start with 20,000 per month. And because I haven't given it this instruction, right? So I just had mentioned the monetary advantages which I want, and I want to invest every year. So it's giving us a like a proper and a healthy plan, like how we should do, how we should increase the monthly SIP. We should start at 20,000 per month, and we should adjust it to 15%. So then we have all these options. See how we are able to adjust this, including the lump sum. So it is giving us the investment duration of 20 years, the equity and debt distribution. So debt investment will be 50%, 50% will be on equity investment. So it's just one specific example which I used. You can add as a percentage as per your needs. And it is calculating the total investment of 20 years, accounting for initial SIP, 15% annual increase, and periodic lump sum addition every 3 years. So we are adding a lump sum investment of 1 lakh every 3 years. So it is also good to add some kind of lump sum as well into our investments, because it will help us in incrementing and it will help us in getting our returns in order. And this is how we should be able to use this. So year one we are using 240 2 lakhs 40,000, that is 20,000 a month. Then we are increasing 10% to it, and it is giving us the full information of all the years from 1 to 20. We have the end-to-end 20-year investment plan with the help of ChatGPT, and it also gives us the allocation of investment. We need to allocate 50% in equity, 50% in debt, and this is amazing. So how much return can I get if I spend more on equity, or rather if I invest more? So let me use this one, and then I'm just taking the calculations. So see, it is giving us a proper plan and it is giving us the answers to our queries. See, we can have basic queries, right? That we are getting 50% in equity, 50% in debt. So what happens if we invest more on equity? Investing a larger portion of your portfolio in equity funds could potentially increase your returns, given the higher average returns generally associated with equities compared to debt investments. So we need to understand this very carefully. However, this also comes with increased volatility and risk, especially over short to medium terms. So we need to assume the higher equity allocations as well. We need to get in touch with the proper allocation part and the calculation. So we will calculate based on the total investment contributions on the previous plan. So okay, so then the previous plan equal around 2 lakh 2 crore 51,000 at the end of the day for 20 years. So and now if we recalculate with 70% equity and 30% debt, we can increase our equity allocation to 70% and 7% for debt. The investment return for 20 years could be a lot. See the amount is can be increased. So there is no potential into whatever we can invest. So I want to invest 10K and expect, okay, say 20K I want to invest 20K for 3 years. How much return can I get? Please calculate. So we are getting this proper information, and if we ever want to like invest for a certain period of time which can be short duration and not too long, and if you want to get the aggressive properly approach, if we do the monthly investment over 3 years, and I'm not increasing this, still there is the returns which has been averaged in a consistent way. And so we have more of the percentage in the you can say like predominantly debt funds and more aggressive scenario. So in an aggressive scenario, it is now giving us the conservative scenario, which is debt funds. We can have a return of 7,96,000, and in aggressive scenarios we have a return of 8,53,000. So this is amazing. This is the amount of returns we can expect from our mutual funds. And see, this is great. If we want to reach a starting point, I believe that we can be able to manage our personal finances in a very holistic way if we use ChatGPT to harness our capabilities. And we can just say, how much do you think uh, John should invest if his salary is 55K, uh, year of experience is 5 years, and he is working from home? Mentioned his investments mostly in equity funds, and tell me returns in 3 years and 10 years. So we are asking our personal finance department, our personal finance GPT, how much like John should invest. So it's giving us a like some income, or it's giving us a part of the salary, which is 55,000. It's just an example. It can be less, it can be more. So now we are giving it some conditions that he's working from home, so mostly his investment should be around 20% of 55,000, which is 11,000. So it's a common rule. The common rule is to invest 20 to 30% of one's monthly income if their essential expenses, rent, food, utilities is covered. So this is very example, and this is manageable because he's working from home. The monthly investment should be around 11,000. So the calculation can be over 3 years. If mostly if it's in equity funds, it can be 4,69,000. Over 10 years, it can be 24,41,000. That is the power of compounding. That is the power of equity funds. And this is how ChatGPT is giving us the information, like how it can compound so much, because these projections assume an average annual return rate of 12%. So how can John get return of 1 crore? How much time it can take? Please plan the investment in, can say in 15 years. Yeah. So in 15 years, I expect John to get a return of 1 crore. So then it is giving us a customized plan of how you can achieve this. So to achieve this target, we need to consider an appropriate investment strategy. So the strategy should be very much desirable. The investment focus should be predominantly in equity funds because the returns are potentially higher. The investment period, if it's free, if it's 15 years, see, it is analyzing and calculating how much John needs to invest monthly to achieve 1 crore in 15 years, assuming a moderate return of 12%. So now it is not using the, okay. So it seems like there's an error in the function which ChatGPT and which person finance had used. So now it is going through another library and it's going through the correct library, and that is the best part of this GPT. It corrects itself and it gets the miscalculations. So then it takes us the correct example and it analyzes it. So let's assume that it used the financial formula to back calculation the required monthly investment or the necessary rate. So it is taking us the proper example, and see, after just a few seconds we need this example. So with the expected annual return of 12%, John should invest approx 21,000 per month. So that is great. So with an expected annual return of 15%, then John should invest 16,000 per month. So this calculation demonstrates all these abilities. John can only invest 11,000 at present. And see if we can mention this fact, we can get the proper understanding and the answer. And it says that, see, if John can invest only 11,000 per month and wishes to accumulate 1 crore in 15 years, it's important to assess if the goal is achievable with the given investment amount and typical returns from equity funds. So we need to understand that not every fund can return us and even give us this kind of variable, and this can be done, but we need to assess the other investment options as well. We need to invest ELSS funds, we need to invest in a lot of times in share markets, in stock exchange, and ChatGPT gives us the entire end-to-end analysis from stock market to financial forecasting to even mutual funds, which we are discussing in depth right now. And it is still giving us a very good option that with an expected annual return of 12%, the future investments would be approx 51 lakhs, and with 15% return it can be 67 lakhs. So this is the maximum it can get, and it's saying increasing the monthly investment amount as his financial situation allows. So extending his investment period beyond 15 years. So make a customized plan and assume the monthly increased payments year on year. So now we can make a customized plan as per the monthly spend. So initial it's starting with 11,000 and annual, if we are taking it a target investment plan for 20 years, and it will just go 10% per year. So see, we are just investing 11,000 per month, and we just want to increase it just 10%, not more than that. And if we do it on 20 years, we will be able to get a sizable corpus and we'll be able to get a good financial stability. And that is the essence of using ChatGPT, how much it helps us with our finances, how much it helps us with giving us our achieved goals. And look at this, with John's revised investment strategy of starting with an initial monthly investment of 11,000 and increasing this amount by 10% annually. See, if we just start with 11,000 and increase with 10% annually, and if he continues this plan over 20 years with an expected return of 12%, the projected future value of his investment would be approx 2 crore 3,01,881 rupees. So that is the essence, and that is the best part of using ChatGPT. And we can be able to get a sizable income, a sizable corpus with this kind of personal investment. So we need to understand the key points of the plan as well, that we need to start with initial investment, increase it 10%, extend it to 20 years, and this is the future we can have. So this is all for now. Until we meet on the next lesson, thank you so much.